let's start again. You couldn't hear me. That was dumb. So now I'm hooked up and you can hear me. So welcome to Friday Night Live, and this is the Merlin edition. We're going to um, build on the floating island, the Plaza Floating Island for Merlin. Something that is um, worthy of him and his place in the Disney lore. So um, I'm trying to stay away from like the dark side of magic and do things that are more um, fantasy type things. So yeah, I wanna make this place great for him. I have in mind, as you can see in the background, crystals. I have the phoenix. I have dragons. So like dragons and princesses and um, the sorcerer's stone and Fantasia. So I want to incorporate elements of all of those into this build. And then we're just gonna hang out and have a good time. Hopefully, you will enjoy the evening. Um, this stream is for all of you who I was gonna say who need adult supervision, but more than that, who need a grandmother influence in your life. I encourage you to like, follow, subscribe, chat. All of those things will help me in my goals to make it to affiliate status with Twitch. So let's get started. I need to take another drink. I'm experiencing a bit of a scratchy throat tonight. So we'll see how this goes and if I can keep my coughing under control. Just in case we burn it out with Dr. Pepper. And I've got that here too. All right, so let's go into furniture mode. And I started laying out some stuff. I'm not sure that that I'm totally happy with it, but here's the start of the build for Merlin. And I'm filling the back of it with rocks and trees and kind of a rustic vibe, but I don't know. I'm still trying. I'm going to get rid of this because I really don't want this to be a Halloween themed thing necessarily. I do want it to be magical, mystical, uh, ancient. This is why I put out these ancient pieces. And let's see. I think I'm going to take this out. It's a little too pretty, but I put out these things thinking I might be able to use them somewhere. And then, as I have said before, these frozen fountains work really well with the purples and the greens and reflecting all of that. I did bring a wish blossom out because, yeah, definitely those are magical. I did this castle, witchy castle, and the gothic. It's over here, and the gothic castle. I also put out Monsters Inc. I'm not sure that really fits with the vibe I'm going with or for, but I may leave that for later. Actually, let's kind of look at real quick at the house options. I don't have very many. Like everybody is taken up. Jack Skellington. Um, he might be. He might be one to move up here, but he's really not the vibe I'm going for either. Fairy Godmother definitely would be in that realm. I feel like she and Merlin are kind of two peas in a pod. I did do a whole build for her in Eternity Isle. But I'm also I'm not committed to necessarily keeping it. So yeah, that might be, maybe I should think some more on this, but yeah. I also thought about Hades, but again, that's more like the dark occult underworld. And I really want to stay kind of away from that. I want this to have like a magical fantasy type vibe without it being dark. I feel like Merlin's one of the good guys. All right, so really, Fairy Godmother would be an option. The Nightmare Castle, even the name is a little sus. Um, just a little, yeah. But we could give it some something so it doesn't feel so nightmarish. Greenhouse, that's, yeah, no. Leafy Cottage. That's actually Sleeping Beauty's house ish. Fairy Blossom. That that might be a possibility. And then I kind of want to stay away from the Alice in Wonderland. She's got her own thing going on. And then I'm so over snow and ice. Painted Rose Cottage. Enchanted Forest House. See, Enchanted is kind of what I'm going for. Mossy Castle. And this Lilac Cottage. I don't know, maybe I should make this more cottagecore kind of thing. Now I'm rethinking everything. So, does this happen to you? Do you get where you're kind of finally settled on something and you just don't, yeah. And then you completely change your mind. That's where I am. I'm allowed to change my mind. Also, I'm going to turn my background lights on. maybe. There we go. I want to put them, there we go. I want to put them on the right number so they don't blink in a crazy way, which they can do. They totally can like go off their rocker. We don't want that. We want this to be cozy. And we want this to be cozy. All right, so let's do a little reworking. If I have, there we go, put that down. Get rid of that. This will likely be the only castle. They put the Fountain of Youth here too. So I was kind of like maybe squeezing in a pirate vibe. Let's get rid of this dude. See ya. Sorry. We'll get rid of Monsters, Inc. I feel real bad, but it's all right. It's all right. The nice thing is that you can use a lot of these houses over and over again. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and yank Fairy Godmother. Ooh, her house is tiny. Okay, let's put it. Maybe over here. Yeah, that one's tiny. I yanked her out of Eternity Isle. It's okay. Have you ever done that? Where you just decide to take somebody out of where they're at and put them somewhere else, and you go back and look at the big empty space and it's like, I don't know. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could. Go back to houses. I could put Cinderella's castle in here too. I don't know. Maybe the one castle is enough. It's, yeah. Nightmare Castle. Placed on another floating island. I actually am having a lot of these houses end up on floating islands. Fairy Blossom Home. Let's try it. Oh, I just went out. Fairy Blossom House. I don't know. Is that too... Is that too whimsical? Maybe. We'll see. And then I have one more, I think. Does anybody else get annoyed by the fact that when you pick something and you go back into this menu, it flips you all the way to the top again? Why can't it just go back to where you were? Mushroom Manor. Blooming Flower Shop. Golden Beehive House. Painted Rose Cottage. Oh, it's this one, the Enchanted Forest House. That actually has a pretty decent size footprint. Okay. I think I might want to have some of these. Facing like away. And then they can have like a little pathing that kind of follows around. Okay, I think I'm going to move that because that was something I was hoping to do. Let's see. Okay, then the fortune teller's tent will be the most like witchy vibe thing out here. Fairy godmother, bless your little heart. Yeah, she could be close to Merlin. All right. Honest opinion, are there too many of these pillory type things out here? I kind of like it. I'm going to fill a lot of this in with greenery and whatnot. Might have to have an outdoor library. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of some of these. That's Monsters Inc. May do this over here. Let's save it. Put it over here and save it for later. This might be nice to have for a leprechaun vibe. I'm really so happy that I have more than one of these. I worked so hard for them, but I didn't get nearly as many as I wanted. I think I got, well, shoot. Go back. Come back. Nope. Oh. I got 6 of them and I felt like I worked way too hard for it. That's fine. I had a lot of stuff, family stuff come up, and I ended up not. Okay, that's ski wampus. Woo. Just look how sparkly that is compared to. Oh, that's kind of cute. I say, look how sparkly that is compared to the one, the just straight rainbow we got with Peter Pan. Okay, I think I want to do something with these crystals around this moss castle. I'm just going to put them out. Where's the pink one? Did I not grab it? And then I want to I love this ring, the Stonehenge kind of thing going on. But actually, I think I'm gonna ditch the cauldron. I put cauldrons in there sometimes, and sometimes I do the mushroom ring, and I think I might do the mushroom ring this time. Do I only? Let's swap places. I think I kind of want this over by Fairy Godmother instead. To make that a courtyard centerpiece. We'll have this be the entrance. I like that angle. what you would expect out of this fountain. And that's one of the things that I really love about this game is that you're really only limited by your own imagination. You really are. So if you're feeling like something isn't working for you, use your imagination. Like make it yours. All right, I think I want these over here. Let's get rid of all this creepy stuff. Like I put it out here thinking dragon guarding the castle. Perfect. Anyway, I put the creepy stuff out here thinking I would want to use it. But now I'm not so sure. See, I like these. I like the idea of these right here with this by the stairs. Cortez's gold definitely needs to be a centerpiece for that. These trees are not here except for I was trying to put them out here to get a sense of what I wanted to do. I think I'm going to get rid of that too. I'm going to keep this guy because I really like him. And the special effects you can do with it is really, really kind of fun. All right. I know where to find these trees easily, so I'm going to ditch them all. Because we can come back later. This way I can see. If you were with me last night in my build, my Sleeping Beauty build, you got to see firsthand how annoying the trees can be when you're trying to get something. Ooh. Definitely can make this work. These are the same direction, but I remember on Wish Blossom Ranch that if you turn them around, they don't really look all that good. Get rid of you trees too. See ya. Again, I was just trying to see all the colors and what does it look like as I was sort of planning this out. I mean, you can see that I had a plan and it was a pretty good one until it wasn't. Now I'm flying by the seat of my pants again. It's fine. I can do it. fairy godmother. Let's kind of do that. I don't know, maybe that's too crowded. I want to give enough room so that I can really fill in with these. One thing that I've learned is that when you decide to decorate a floating island, there's no limit to the stuff you can use. See? No limit. There's nothing up there. You're free and clear. You can put as much crap on there as you want, and as many flower petals as you want, as many rocks as you want. You are able to just go crazy. Okay, I do want this. I think I want it over there. So this piece right here was one of my favorites, like very, very favorite in the game until we got the new waterfalls. And now I don't know. So this little buggy is way cute. I'm just not sure. It kind of goes. Merlin likes this sort of thing. I'll give him a buggy. I'll just put it there for now. Just gonna get rid of that. Oh, we definitely need the armor, dudes. And yeah, when I did this the other day when I was looking for stuff, I was like, I think Fairy Godmother needs to be here. It's sometimes when you do something, you're just like, oh, okay. Okay. Inspiration comes in all sorts of ways. So this I put out here because it makes steam go up in all sorts of ways. Oop. One of the things I was wondering, this is the big cauldron. The one that goes crazy when you interact with it. It shoots up a fuchsia pink fountain into the air, which is very cool. But I've wanted to play with this under a couple of things to see what happens. So let's go down. Oh my gosh, are you raining again? Seriously? Stop it. I've been live streaming every day this week, and honest to goodness, it has rained every day that I've live streamed. I'll have to go back and look for sure. Okay. Nice. Okay, that works. Ah. It works there too. It's just a little bit though. All right, so the cauldron goes on top of that rug. I was going to use this rug for fire effects. Because, yeah, we need lots of fire. But the steam does not go on the rug. But that kind of looks cool. It would probably look better on the smaller cauldron. All right, some of the things I pulled out here, I pulled out just to see. We'll play. This is Friday Night Live, right? We're just playing around. We're getting stuff done, but we're goofing around. This is so low to the ground. I know it sits on certain things. Like it sits up on... Oh, let's try... Did I drag down some bubbles? I don't think I did. I need to, though. I'm just trying to get the basic outline for what we got going on. And... Oh yeah, we pulled out the fireworks because, yeah, Merlin definitely needs fireworks. I was trying to figure out if there's a place. Yep, there's places for me to hide these. Sweet. I love it when a plan comes together, don't you? There's there. I kind of don't want them to be seen. Ah! Might be able to put a rock there or something. Anyway, that's enough of them for a minute. Also, this thing, I forget what it's called. We got it in a quest, and I think it's really cool, but we only get one. It's like the Cinderella pumpkin. You only get one, and I haven't been able to use it anywhere, and I thought, you know, the fire and the water mix thing would be perfect for Merlin's build. So that's what I did. I stuck it under here, this gazebo, which I, quite frankly, am surprised it fit, because there's a lot of things that if they have any height to them at all, you can't put them under a gazebo, so that was nice to know. All right, these other antiquated rocks and stuff I was going to put over here. I'm just kind of trying to move things around where I think they ought to go. Moving some space around. I wonder if I can make some more of those. I'll have to go see. A lot of these things too are also, you know, you pull one out and that's all you get. It's just the one. So I thought they would go great. And then I love these element blocks, monoliths. There's one for air, fire, earth, and water, I believe. All right. That's one thing I need to know. Where is the sun setting and you can't see? Because we're up on a floating island. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could zoom out that far. The sun's over there. Oh. It's back behind the clouds. So that sunset is right there. For those of you who've been following me for a while, the sunset matters. Where the sun and the moon are, they matter. At the very least, you need to know where they are for lighting purposes. Like, if your lighting is off, it could be that you don't know where the sun is. These are things I pay attention to because I'm weird. Oh, I didn't really plan that to be in the middle. It's not quite in the middle, but that looks cool. All right, back to messing around. I still may put a cauldron with this build. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that reminds me of where I was. Ah. Okay. I wanted the bubbles. Oh, so look, I got the general store. I was 100 moonstones short, but I busted my butt to find the moonstone chests, and I found 2, and I got it. So I got the 2 things I really wanted out of the premium shop this week. What'd you get? Did you get anything cool? All right, it's another distraction. It's fine. But I think this mossy castle might need a moat. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting way too ambitious, but I'm going to put this here so I remember that I might want a moat. Because why not? I mean, I don't get penalized for using all the things. So we'll just stuff it as full as we can. And so that it still looks good, we'll stuff it, but we'll make it look good. Keep going. Okay. Bubbles. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Where are those things? Oh, I do want these. Let's put them over here by the tent. Honestly, I was never sure I would use these, but I used them last night in the little fairy build for Aurora's fairy godmothers. And it turned out so cute. In fact, I may replicate some of that over here too. Also, while I'm looking for that. I knew I had a pink one. Go. Right there. And I might smatter these crystals like here and there, just all over this build. Because if you know anything about magic, you know that crystals are important to healing and energy work, and they are so powerful. And when I first learned about the power of crystals, I was like, yeah, right, sure. Someday I'll tell you about my healing journey. But oh, we might need these too. See, and the thing that's bothersome about these is that they don't shine as brightly because it's raining. So you can't get really a good sense of it, but it's fine. Anyway, I came across someone who talked about the power of crystals. And I actually went to a class about it. It was at a energy healing conference that I went to. And as I've told you before, been through a lot. So I told the person who gave the class actually had a booth set up in the area of conferences where they have places to sell the things that you're presenting about. And so I went to her booth after the class and I told her what I'd been through, and I asked her if there was something that would help me. Like, we might need another rainbow over with this mossy castle. Okay. I asked her if there was something that would help me. And she picked up a crystal off the table and dropped it in my hand and walked away. So, and just as she turned to walk away, my hand started buzzing. And I was later finding out that that was the crystal resonating with me. And I dropped it. It buzzed me so decisively that I dropped the crystal on the table, which caused her to turn her head around because it was big enough to fit in the entire palm of my hand. And so when I dropped it, it dropped with a thud. And I'm going to pull these out too. Somehow I have a feeling this might work here. And I can use them because I don't have a limit. Yay. So she turned around and I said, "What the heck was that?" And she still had not talked to me. Like, she was busy. There were a lot of people around her. I'm going to put the candles, let's put them Did I drop some No, let's put it here with these other lights. So I dropped the crystal on the table. Here we go. Bubbles. We need these over here. And she handed me a piece of paper. The crystal's name was fire quartz, fire quartz. And its main job was like its main program is to heal trauma. And at first I thought that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Are these the same? No, they're different. They're the two different ones. Okay. But I couldn't deny what had happened to me. And I couldn't deny what the paper said. I even pulled out my phone and Googled it myself so that I could make sure she wasn't just, making stuff up. And sure enough, that's what it was for. And there was another crystal that I had an experience with in the classroom. And during the class, she asked if anybody had experienced anxiety. And she was looking for somebody who had a high level of anxiety. And I was on the front row and I raised my hand. And so she dropped this crystal into my hands. And then she went on with her lecture, and later on she came back and she said, "How do you feel?" And I said, "Surprisingly calm." That's what caused me to go to her booth. And so I went searching for that crystal, which is it's called a blue kyanite. And it's a very soft blue. It's sparkly. It's in layers like mica. If you know anything about rocks, there are certain types of rocks, and this was the flaky layered kind. But it was just a very soft blue. And the one that she dropped into my lap was big. It was like giant sized. I could like wrap my arms around it. I think that's what I did, is that I just embraced it into my gut while I was listening to her. And I actually went to her booth because I was looking for that kyanite. I wanted to take it home. And at this point, the kyanite was so profoundly effective in calming my anxiety that I was determined to pay for it no matter how much it cost. So, and I had loved rocks my entire life. Like, it's something I've always been drawn to, which doesn't surprise me now that I know that I'm a Taurus, which is an earth sign. So yeah, I'd be drawn to rocks. That's a thing. So I've always loved rocks. I used to look for rocks when we went camping. I looked for seashells at the beach. That was my thing. And I had piles of them as a kid. And then for some reason, it was a joy that just went away. And then all of this stuff happened to me. And I found out this. So this is where I'm going with this whole story, is because I when I come across something that's new to me, I don't ever just take it at face value. Never. I have to go, as my grandkids say, search it up and, and figure it. I do research. I am like a consummate researcher. Researching is we may have to do that. Researching is my thing. It's my jam. I can easily go from knowing nothing about something to becoming a subject matter expert, depending on how interested I am. We need these two. Boop. Depending on how interested I am in the subject. So after that, I got so interested. Let's put this out too. Oh, and Merlin needs his telescope for sure. So I started reading and taking classes and searching and trying to figure out, what was this magical power about rocks, crystals, and you can believe it or not. Like, don't believe me. I don't care. I know what I know, but if you don't know and it's something that speaks to you, you ought to at least take a minute to look into it because you don't know if what I'm telling you right now isn't meant for you. You don't know this about me, but before I do every live stream, I just pray that whatever I am talking about is what the receiver needs to hear in the moment. So I might be speaking to you. I might not. I don't know. I just know that, if I feel called to say it, I'm going to say it. And I felt called to talk about this. So I'm talking about it. And you don't have to believe me. Like I just said, I don't care. Like, I really don't care if you don't believe me or not. I believe me, and that's all that matters. Plus, you know what? I've done a whole lot more research into it than you have. And you could take that to the bank and cash it because I doubt there's anybody else who isn't a geologist, who hasn't spent their lifetime studying rocks, knows them as much as I do about them right now. Oh, the other one. So I bought those two rocks, the fire quartz and the kyanite, the blue kyanite. Kyanite's actually pretty common. Fire quartz is more. I got too busy talking. I got out of my space. I got out of my spot. Well, it's fine. We'll go back. Kyanite's not that rare. Easy to get. Fire quartz, you have to be careful about, whether the specimen that you have is real. There are ways that you can tell whether rocks or crystals or whatever are real. Let's put this mosaic down too. I don't want that. Anyway, I took them home. I began doing research. And in my research, I came across this idea that rocks were made with the earth. And the rocks within the earth were the last thing they ever saw before they were dug out of the ground was God. And that profoundly resonated with me. Before that rock came into my existence, the last person it saw was God. I mean, besides the people that dug it out and, and all that stuff. I know that. But I was like, wow. Just wow. Okay, we might need the puff air balloon. I didn't think we would, but since I pulled fairies into this, you can't have a fairy build without that thing. I'm sorry, you just can't. So, and some of you probably are really thinking, oh my gosh, she is weird. And you know what? I don't care. Think I'm as weird as you want to? I don't care. That's the great thing about being as old as I am. You just don't give a darn anymore about what other people think. And I've been through too much to care what you think. I mean, of course, I want people to love me. But if you don't, that's your problem, not mine. Anyway. And then another thing that I read in all of my research was that how do you think your cell phones work? How do you think your TV works? How do you think the internet works that we're using right now? They use crystals that are programmable to run the technology that we use every day. And nobody even gives that a second thought. And look at this miracle. I'm talking to people all over the world because somewhere in all of this technology that I have, there's a crystal that's been programmed to beam my signal to you. It's actually stunning and it's miraculous and it's something we take for granted every day. So yeah, think I'm dumb, I don't care. But since that time, okay, we're back at the bubbles. Since that time, I have become quite familiar with rocks again. Like, I use them and I program them and I use them for healing and all sorts of amazing, miraculous things, and they really work. If you do crystals correctly and you really decide to work with them, they can heal all sorts of things, including anxiety, depression. And I'm not saying you should use those things instead of modern medicine, but definitely in conjunction with them. I can't say enough about it. So if you want to know more about crystals, I'm your girl. I know a lot. And it's interesting that I would bring this up today because I haven't worked with them personally in a minute. It's been a minute. But I decided just a few days ago that that's something I need to do again because I can feel it. I need it. I need the blessings of that energy. Um, I'll say this one more thing about crystals, and then I'll move on to a different subject. But I mentioned how crystals are programmable. If you look at their molecular structure, they're all different. No two kinds are the same. They all have a different structure and they all have a different job to do. And you can program a crystal whose job is not to help you with anxiety. It's not a good idea to do that. But if you program a crystal whose job it is to help you with anxiety, then you've got something awesome going on there. So before you go jumping into it, you need to do a little research and figure out what's what. And you can't go far without, like, there's a gazillion websites that will teach you everything you want to know. And then some, which is what my experience was. Now I have, I don't know, at least 100, maybe 150 different crystals. And all of them are fabulous. Okay, I want to do this. Put this over here. And why not put the purple one here too? Oh. Small heaps of riches. Because why not? Put these guys out here. I might make like a little shrine or something with the chalice. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. All right. I think we're getting close to the end of searching for all the things I need. I figured while I'm here, and honestly, there's one person watching. But other than that, I'm talking to myself, which is so sad. But again, it's, anyone who is drawn to me is supposed to be here. And anyone who's not isn't. And I'm okay with it either way. If there's one of you or if there's 1,000 of you, I'm here for you, no matter what. I'm gonna be here because I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So here I am. So anything you need, I'm here. You've got me. I'm here for you. Just don't disrespect me, because if you do, like, I'll give you a few free passes, but after you've been warned and you keep crossing boundaries, you're gone. You're out of here. And that's not on me, that's on you. I'm kind of feisty today, aren't I? It's fine. I'm saying it because I need to. All right. Let's go back out of this, because I learned the hard way. If you don't keep saving into the game, stuff disappears. Oh, I have to say, I put on my little gypsy outfit with my little turban, and I thought, oh, I need some wings, and I've told everybody I love these wings so much, I would wear them every day. I mean, look at this. How could you not love that? Like, you just have a smoke of color following you around. It's amazing. So yeah, we're just gonna do it. And yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, where do I want to start? What would be the funnest place to start? I've already got Merlin, like, he's almost pretty much done. I do want to put, hello little green dragon, you're so cute. You know they breathe fire, right? It cracks me up. Whoops. Go back. Here we go. I'll put this over here. And eventually I'm going to put some pathing or some sort of flooring or rug or something under this. My pathing is kind of low right now. I really use it. Maybe I overuse it, but I really use it a lot. Let's go back to the gypsy tent. I think we're going to start here. Let's see. And I'm not sure 100% that I want. In fact, I don't want these. There's a little bit of room. I don't know that I want to sacrifice the room in the back. Sorry, when I go quiet, it means I'm concentrating really hard. And I am trying to like get these to line up. They're a little off, but no matter. Okay, let's do, is that the, that's the low one. Well, let's try it, see. Oop. Out of the way, move out of the way. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna cry, because I really want this to go in. Yay! Okay. You never know. Come on, go center. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just gonna get rid of that one because I already have it. It's in service, so. Woo. Up. Come back here. Oh, it did go. Okay. Just disappeared on me for a minute. All right. Is that even? Yeah. Center. Center. Okay. After a minute, you always want to go back and take a look and see what you think. And I'm really kind of liking that. Furniture. Put that down. And is that noise? Is that like a... It sounds like a frequency buzzing. Just curious what's doing it. Which... Okay, I need some more bubbles. And I just so happen, always, whenever I do a build, this is the first thing I do. Very first thing is to set up a crafting bench and food, so I don't have to keep going elsewhere to do it. So I need the small bubbles, it looks like. Display bubbles, low. Yeah, these ones that they don't say they're small, but they are, these first two. Let's do about 10 of these. I'm gonna have to go and collect more opals. I'm starting to get low. Pro tip, make sure that you're visiting Kristoff's stall every day in each DLC, because yeah, I can collect 5 opals nearly daily. Sometimes they don't have them, but yeah, the regular opals you get 5 if his stall has them. The large opals, the shiny ones, you get 1 if they have them. But if you make it a habit to just go and collect them, then you always have them when you need them. Okay. And I have a feeling I'm going to use a lot of these bubbles because it's magical to have things float in the air. I wonder if I should have... All right. This way I can have 1 color of each on each side. Red. Green. Oops. Let's do the yellow. Oops. Alright, let's look. It seems a little chaotic, and that's okay. We are gonna go with it for now. I might come back and change what I'm doing, but Merlin seems to approve. Either that or he's watching me. That's fine. All right. Ah! Furniture mode. Gosh darn it, Debbie. Put here on one side and this one on the other side. Oh, there. I want to snuggle that up as close as I can. That side's okay. And then over here, I'll put these bats around and Madame Leota right there. I'm trying to decide if I want to hide the crows. Not completely, not the wishing well completely, but maybe just have that kind of close by. Put this campfire out of the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to realize that to get something facing the opposite direction, you got to turn it 8 turns. All right, so here's the question. Maybe I just need to put pathing down because the steam vent won't work on a rug. outdoor potions corner. I'm going to get rid of that one because it's a little much for what I'm trying to do. Nice. Nice, nice. I'm going to put 2 of these because I just really like these brooms and how they look. They're kind of amazing. And this guy is too big. And I placed it a little off center because it just makes it more interesting to put things off center. I'm going to put 2 of these here. All right, now there's something I want to check, I want to test. I kind of put the steam vent under there so I could get to it, but it's not quite far enough. So I need to move the cauldron just a little bit. You want to make it so that, actually the cauldron is not what I want to move. I want to move the steam vent. So you can get to it to turn it on so you can see the illusion. Oh, there we go. And then when you have it just peeking out, you have to get it in the right spot. See, it turned off. Now you can turn it on. I learned the hard way when I was putting steam vents under other things, that if you don't have them peeking out just a little bit, then you have to like go into furniture and move stuff out of the way, then get out, then turn it on, then yeah. And this is just an easier way because you can still see the illusion of it, but it's not too easily seen. Now I don't know where I'm going to put this fire rug because it didn't quite turn out. Okay, just so I don't lose it, I'm going to put it over here. I am really liking how this is turning out. Yeah, I think I like that direction better. Same with the camp stove. I think I might move this. We'll use it elsewhere. There's one of these that's they're individual, and then these others that are sets. Also have another idea. Hmm. Oh. Because it's 2, I can't get it in the middle. Okay. All right. Let's look. That's wild. I kind of like it. Lots of magic going on. That's crazy. All right. Let's do it. And then, of course, we need to have lots of candles. Oh. That's right. I want to go get that other one, the bigger one. Just to have some variety. Oh, you know what I didn't grab was books. That's all right. I will. I'll go back and get them. Again, This is so nice because you can do whatever you want. Right, I think I want to put a little bit of a fence up, or at least an idea of one. All right. Really like how this is looking. It's very magical, but also not too creepy. Let's put some pathing down here too. I think I'm going to stick with the same path. I really like it being just a little off angle there too. Nice. Okay, let's go grab some more candles. I haven't looked at her that close. Does she make... She does move a little bit. Oh, there's a glitch. It's not as moving around as I was hoping that it would be. But still very cool. Again, using candles as much as we want, because we can. On the floating islands, the best thing ever. Now, did I don't think I did. but it's fine. I think I need to put it in my favorites. Let's see. The floating candles. I used a lot of those yesterday in my build because I made it look like the little fairies, the little Sleeping Beauty fairies, had gone crazy with their magic. I keep thinking, oh, it can't be down that far, but we've gotten so much stuff in the last few months that, yeah, it is down that far. There you are. I knew you were somewhere. Oh, shoot. Okay. No! Did I not? Oh, golly. Okay. Go back. Bah. I need to go through this and mark all my favorites. I have a couple, but I haven't done it that often and need to do it more often. Oh, there we go. Mark item. I'm marking you. You're a favorite now. Oh, it did. It did go. Okay. I just didn't look up high enough. Okay. I might want to. All right. Boom. Boom. Oh, am I out? Oh, I'm out. I'm out. Okay. I'll have to go make some more. I'll put those for there for right now. So magical. Like, and this is exactly what I had in mind. Is like just this really magical feel to it. Now, what I want to do, which may seem counterintuitive, is to go back in and put some greenery and trees and things and kind of tone this down just a bit. Like if you have to peek through it through trees and stuff, it looks a little, it just looks better, in my opinion. So that reminded me, I think it was The Good Wife. Ashley and I binge watch shows like crazy. And it works for us because she comes home from work and we put on a television show and then we watch it after dinner until it's time to go to bed. And it allows me to either play my game or create content or whatever. Do I want? No. It doesn't fit. Does not fit. Does not compute. Anyway, I think we were watching a show called The Good Wife. And there was a certain judge on that show that every time one of the lawyers had to say something, they had to follow it up with, in my opinion. And that sort of cracked me up because I just said that, in my opinion. Okay, kind of what I'm doing here. Oops, that's too big. Let's do this small. Up. Nope. Trees. I'm trying to frame out the tent. I wonder if some of these yellow trees, oh, those might look good. Let's go smaller. I do not want to. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't want to block everything, but you kind of want to give it a little bit of a. I'm trying to see if I can move that closer. Nice. See, in real life, as in the game, if you've got trees blocking things, it throws shade. And so I kind of want to throw a little bit of shade. Like, see when you're looking through the lights, through those black trees, it just looks more mysterious. Let me see. That just comes out kind of too far. I don't know. maybe if I bring these in. Just a little bit. I'm counting the patterns in the bottom just to see. I really don't want that in the... I was going to say, I really don't want that in on the pathing. I want it on the grass. I'm almost done.
You're fine.
How was it?
Fine.
All right, that looks cool. I like it. I'm trying to decide or not whether I want these memory orbs to all be green or if I want them all different colors. But yeah, it's about 9 o'clock, so I think I'm going to end here. But I really love how this is coming together. Hopefully